The most popular question I get asked as a careers consultant at the University of Cambridge is, Raj, is my CV any good? And I think it's a question we all care about, right? So in this video, I'm going to present a scoring system you can use today to give your CV a score out of 100. And here's the thing, you won't just get to know if your CV is good, but you'll also leave this video knowing exactly how you can improve your CV. So grab your CV and let's get into it. So the first thing I want you to score is CV length. Give yourself 5 points if your CV is between 1 and 1.6 pages. This is the golden zone for CV length. If it's between 1.6 and 2 pages, give yourself 2 points. It's an okay length if a little on the long side, but if it's longer than 2 pages, then I'm afraid you're going to have to deduct 5 points. And yes, we are doing negative points. So you risk the reader feeling overwhelmed and overloaded, so you want to give them just enough information so that they can make that decision. And the only exception to this rule is for academic researcher type CVs, which is a story for another day. Next is an obvious one. Correct spelling and grammar gets you 10 points, and you get another 10 points if you use bullet points on your CV. Bullet points are fantastic at visually breaking up a CV, giving the reader's eyes somewhere to rest and also to start reading and focusing from. So thus far, between CV length, spelling and grammar and bullet points, the maximum your CV could have scored right now is 25 points. So there's a boatload of points still remaining, so you'll want to stick around and see what's next. No paragraphs. If your CV has a paragraph or anything that looks like a paragraph, so 4 lines of text or more like this, I want you to deduct 10 points. See, paragraphs just generally don't belong on CVs, and there's a decent amount of eye-tracking research supporting this. Next up is colour. If your CV uses just one colour, and black is definitely optimal, whether that's for the fonts or any design features like these horizontal lines, award yourself 2.5 points. But I want you to deduct 2.5 points if you use more than one colour. See, we're aiming to reduce cognitive load on the reader. And one way we can do that is by reducing visual complexity. And this applies to fonts too. I want you to add another 2.5 points if you're using just one font on your CV, and it's also a sans serif font. So that's one with clean lines. And similarly, I want you to deduct 2.5 points if you are using more than one font, or if any font you are using is a serif font. And that same visual complexity point is the reason why I want you to deduct 10 points if you're using any kind of graphic design on your CV. So anything like this, or even this. And if you're wondering why, it's because if you're just looking at one CV on its own, generally graphic design can look quite nice. But you've got to think about a situation where a recruiter is being tasked to read 100 CVs and select just 4 for interview. They develop a mental model for where they expect things to be, and if your CV is an outlier or subverts that expectation, you're costing them time, and that's probably going to annoy them. So I would definitely go for low levels of visual complexity, and that's why having to look at 100 plus CVs makes spacious feeling CVs so incredibly effective. Those are ones with large margins, white spaces, and spaces within the body of the text. Spacious CVs are criminally underrated, which is why I want you to award yourself a massive 15 points if your CV looks as spacious as this one. And if your CV looks more like this, then award yourself 5 points. But if your CV looks like this, I'm afraid I want you to deduct 15 points from your score. So now your CV might have been awarded anything up to 45 points, and you can earn yourself another 10 points if the first substantial line of your CV, where you get into an experience or your education, obviously relates to something in the job description. And this is because the median average amount of time a CV gets read is only 3.9 seconds. You've only got a moment to capture the reader's attention and to hook them in. That's why we need to deliver something of relevance straight away. That earns you 10 delicious points. Now if you're wondering, Raj, there's not much of the video left and you've still got 45 points to award, well, don't you worry, because strap yourself into the rocket booster, my friend, because here's a chance of landing a whopping 40 points on just one characteristic. Say you put a highlighter in the hand of the person closest to you right now, and also give them your CV and the job description for the role you're targeting, and you ask them to highlight the bits of your CV that obviously relates to that job description. Now, if they highlight 70% or more, I want you to go ahead and award yourself 40 points. If they or you highlight between 50 and 69%, give yourself 30 points. And remember, it has got to be obviously related. If it's between 30 and 49%, that's 20 points. And if it's between 10 and 29%, then award yourself 10 points. This is essentially a mark for how well you've tailored, and I'm hoping the size of the scores related to this point are an indicator as to how critically important it is that you tailor well and how much that feeds into what makes a good CV. You can earn the final 5 points if you've used numbers in at least half of your bullet points or descriptions of experiences. All numbers matter. They add texture and three-dimensionality to what you're describing. So there you have it. You should now be sitting on your own Raj CV score out of 100, and you should have a very good idea as to how you can increase your score too. I would love it if you put your Raj CV score in the comments below. Let's celebrate our wins together. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being you. I'll catch you next time.